We are coming to you live from the Nerd Lair.
In the land of Theer, in an arcane age, in a misty, distant past, there was a grand society made possible only by powerful magic. Magic stolen from dragons. But that age has fallen.
ProgCore Fantasy, Dark Age of Theer. It is a love letter project to the beginning feelings of wonder, mystery, and danger when we first encountered all of this amazing stuff in games and music and fantasy art and literature, and we want to bring that all to you.
Yeah, it's inspired by the style of the dark fantasies of the 70s and the 80s, and it's designed to help you elevate your role-playing game sessions every time you sit down at the table.
When I first came to role-playing games, I was surrounded with such great dark fantasy and music and literature and art. Rankin and Bass Hobbit, Excalibur, Legend, Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, Yes, Styx, Zeppelin, and all of it created a vibe that fed my gaming.
Yeah, and I think as we get older or as we get more experienced in our games, we're chasing that feeling, that sort of butterflies in your stomach, that idea that anything can happen. You encounter new creatures and situations that you're unprepared for, and there's a joy and an excitement in that.
Yeah.
And the more we game, sometimes the harder it is to feel those things.
And so wanting to create a system of approach, how can you create that sense of wonder, mystery, and danger?
Yeah, it's a deliberate style of play. We're not asking for people to let go of the metagame. You understand the rules, you understand the games that you play. We're not asking you to play a different game. What ProgCore asks, if you choose to play a ProgCore style, is that the game master and the players choose to pursue this kind of a metagame, this kind of a style of play, centering these ideas. And the hope is that we can elevate those feelings of excitement, of wonder, mystery, danger that we felt when we first started playing.
Wonder, mystery, and danger. We keep returning to these three words because those are the feelings that we want your gaming experience to have. And in order to do it right, it needed to be a multi-headed project. So what we're going to make is a system agnostic source book with a 5e conversion, an actual play, an animated short, an original soundtrack, an audiobook, and a custom candle.
We wanted this thing to be beautiful in its own right. So even if what you're hoping for is a book that is beautiful to look at, an actual play that is beautiful to watch, music that's beautiful to listen to, that's what the project is.
Inspiring and wondrous and mysterious and dangerous.
So the first item in the Kickstarter is a system agnostic source book. This is guidelines for ProgCore play, guidelines for playing in our world, the Dark Age of Theer, but it's system agnostic. This is something that you can carry to whatever role-playing game you prefer. And the second part of the book is going to be the world through story. We decided we didn't want a typical gazetteer. We didn't want, here's a land, here's a city, here's the rulers. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, but really, since our project is about the things that you feel when you play, the emotions, we decided we were going to tell our world through stories. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stories set in Theer by a host of amazing writers, these collaborators. Yeah, alongside the stories, we'll have adventure hooks, we'll have creatures, artifacts, locations in there. Like we said, we want this book though to be a physical thing that we treasure. A lot of us collect old role-playing game books or new role-playing game books.
I have no idea what you mean. What are you talking about?
I want something that you can throw into your bag, that you can pull out, that is fun to flip through, that you want to have near you.
Yeah.
Another big part of the project is a documentary style actual play.
It could be so cool. The idea of feeling like you are at the table in a new way, and it would be shot here in the Nerd Lair.
And the idea behind it is that we want you to feel like you're in the game with us. We want to really evoke that feeling of playing with friends. It'll be intimate. This is going to feel like our games.
Yeah. One of those things that's important to me is to make animation that lives in the world of Theer. We have an amazing team that can really put this thing together.
Animators and voice artists.
And musicians. We have such incredibly talented musicians that feel this stuff in their bones. They're going to create a soundtrack to the dark age of Theer with those synths and those guitars and those vocals taking us to another place. And if we fund well, you're going to have it on vinyl, people, with a kick-ass cover, and you'll be able to hold it and smell it, and it's yours.
Yes, original prog rock songs, original prog rock instrumental tracks, digital by default. If we fund well enough, we'll press it into vinyl. We're very excited about this, obviously.
What?
Great cover art, great album art. That'll be an important part of it, as it is for all prog rock. I'm not sure you can do that on the...
It's legal.
Sort of. So in addition to the stories that make up the second part of the book, we want to be able to offer an audiobook. Wonderful narrators reading the stories from the source book. If you like to listen to your stories, we want to be able to provide that for you.
Yeah, it'll be cool. One of my favorite things to do to help create ambiance during games is light a candle to fill the room with that scent. Again, we're hitting all the senses. We are lucky to collaborate with Cantrip Candles to create an original Dark Age of Theer scent so that you can really live in it. I just got to be here right now.
Why are we doing this on Kickstarter? This project is a place...
I had to refill, sorry.
Thanks for joining us. It's a place where we need your help. We are not backed by any studio or a production company or big investors or anything. This is entirely 100% independent from our brains with our collaborators, collaborating with dozens and dozens of artists and artisans. It is important to us and to everybody involved that artists get paid for their work. We're not going to be using any AI-generated content in this project. It will be real people, real artisans.
We create this from the ground up like we create our games. It is us and our friends collaborating around a table to make something amazing. That's why we're doing it, because we want to see it in the world, and we think you'll dig it.
The reward tiers are very clear on the page. There's some cool extras in here. There's signed.
They're right here.
I think it's they're here more than they're
here.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
There'll be some signed stuff. There's early access to art, to content, to videos. There will be some reward tiers where you get to play remote games with creators and some more collaborators.
I might run a game for you and a bunch of your friends. David might run a game for you and a bunch of your friends.
So yeah, so there's lots of awesome opportunities like that. Check out the page for all the reward tiers.
I trust us and our friends to make something amazing. And I trust that us and our friends, who many of you know and have loved their work, are going to make something amazing for you and for us all.
And to do that, we just need your help.
Yeah.